Hey, this is Diana, the Midnight Rose. Yes, I'm doing a video with my face. I've been doing the faceless videos and making them by hand, and I've decided that that is not going to work for me. It's too time consuming. But this video in particular, I wanted to talk a little bit about myself. What does my eyes look over there when I'm looking right at the camera? Um, if you're familiar with the channel, you know I'm doing astrology and tarot. Astrology, about to enter the second year of a 3-year course with Austin Coppock. And the original plan was to build up my business, take 3 years to do it, and get off of disability. In 2020, I went to bed, relatively normal for me, and woke up disabled. I had a stroke in my sleep. I lost everything materially. I couldn't work. I had just gotten to where I was making enough money teaching children in China, but I just disappeared. Everything got canceled, and the bottom crashed out in children's teaching in China during COVID. Um, my siblings, pieces of shit that they are, abandoned me at my lowest time of my life, which isn't too surprising because my older siblings, the twins, similar charts. Well, let's put it this way. I expected to see them in the January 6th footage. I was surprised they didn't. And the other one, I don't know. I'd always felt we'd always been close. I felt like she was the one person in the world that got me. She was the et tu brute moment when she decided to go along with the other two and just abandon me. After I had a stroke, basically left me to die. So for 3.5 years, I struggled on about $300 a month, unless I got a freelance writing gig in HUD housing on food stamps. Finally got disability. So now I'm in a situation where I'm facing losing it again because fuckhead, the unelected president of the country, and the elected president want to take away the money that we paid into our lives. So I actually have that thing for the mail where you can see what's coming for the day. And I have a social security letter coming for today, which causes me great anxiety. It's like living on at the death row waiting for the executioner. So I am trying to get this channel together. I'm trying to get readings together. I'm trying to do some other things. My channel, I'm trying to sell some products. And I tell you this not for sympathy, but to show you that you can come back from absolute devastation and that it's important to start planning your safety nets. Whatever your situation, whether you're on some kind of government check or government job, God forbid, or just facing layoffs in the economy that's going into the toilet. Plan your safety nets. But having said that, so what I'm going to do coming this fall, I'm moving to Albania, where the cost of living is much cheaper, where Americans, unless they change it, can stay for a year without any special visa. And we're talking about a cost of living. It's like, I mean, and these are expat prices aimed at expats and rich foreigners, where people are advertising brand new apartments all the time, often by the sea, for like €500 a month, just a little over $500 for us. Food is much cheaper. You get the idea. So I'm planning that move to Albania. I bought my ticket. I've got my first month paid for in September. Now just getting there and getting going through items and getting rid of things. But the point is, I figure I can live on $1,000 a month there pretty easily. So that is my goal between doing this YouTube channel, getting monetized so I can earn my income from that, from the website. I am trying to get back into teaching kids in China, which is where the money is. I also teach for a site called Cambly that is ridiculous. We haven't had a raise. I was working for Cambly since like 2018, and we haven't had any raises at all, even with COVID and inflation. They totally exploit their teachers. It's ridiculous. So, and I usually will make like $5 an hour because you only get paid for the time you're teaching. And even if you teach for a full hour, it's only like 10, 20 an hour. So, and it's only busy on the weekends. So I was like, well, I could probably put together, if I really worked hard on the weekends, $300 a month there. 700 to go. Woo! But that's what I'm trying to do. And I am going to be putting in a link to make donations. But everybody is struggling right now. So I don't expect you to make donations, and I don't want you to if you're in a precarious situation like I am, whether you are on the verge of being laid off, whether you rely on the government, whatever. I'm only putting that there for people that can really afford it. Every little bit helps. I also am doing a special to get practice doing astrology readings. 25 for 25. I'm going to do 25 readings for $25 each. And if you have done professional astrology readings, you know how pricey they are. One of my TAs, although albeit someone who's graduated from a teacher who's rather prestigious, the cheapest one was like $200 for 90 minutes. So this is a great discount. Get your natal chart done. You do have to know your birthday and place and time, because the chart changes a lot during the day. And rising sign is very important, and it is dependent on what time. So I put down some links. There's some links that I'm starting to put in the bottom of each video. So that would help. And like I said, the Midnight Rose, there's some print-on-demand clothing that has sigils if you are someone who's interested in astro magic, like I am, which is why I chose Austin for my teacher, because that's his thing, astro magic. But we're not really getting much into that in the class until it starts again. So if I can even afford it. Yeah. So I'm just trying to put together something. So and I prefer that you ask for something or do something where you get something in return rather than a donation. Maybe book a reading. I'm figuring all this out. And the channel. Tell me what you want to see. What would interest you? It seems like people are more interested in the astrology work than in tarot readings. However, I am wanting to step up my game, and I will be the first to admit with tarot readings, I usually do very superficial readings, very quick, very short, because I'm used to working for those psychic lines. I did that. So people are on a time, they want everything quick, and I'm learning to extend them. And I want to start doing pick a card readings. So patronizing those, watching those, giving me likes, giving me subscriptions, all these things. I have a ways to go to getting monetized, but I'm trying to put together things as soon as possible. And that goal of 1,000 a month, under the current Social Security disability rules, I have SSDI, which means it's the money I paid in all my life. My money. You are allowed to earn up to like $1,600 a month and not affect your benefits. until they're all cut by dickhead Musk. Um, uh, I'm so stressed out because I know a letter's coming from Social Security and I don't know what to expect. There's nothing on the website, but usually they send us messages. So it might just be the fact that I went ahead and terminated my Medicare, which is going to be gone anyway. But Medicare is no good overseas. So I was like, give me the 185 a month. Keep A in case something major happens, like the hospitalization, God forbid. But that's the goal. 1,000 a month. I can still, by the rules, keep my Social Security until it gets cut, and I can still have enough to fall back on once I get to Albania. And if people want information about trying to move overseas, I've been doing a lot of research. So you can also mention that. But really, I want to know what is that people want to see from this channel. What is the key to getting more subscriptions, more views? What do you want to see? I did do an experimental video of something I'm trying where I'm combining tarot and astrology. I call it tarot astrology, and that's using a chart for the day and using round tarot cards and the angles, the different angles, like the aspects of astrology, and pointing to different things on the chart. So I'm still working that out. And I do eventually want to write a book about it, but we're still in the experimental stage. So if you have any feedback or any comments, things resonate with you, things don't work, I would appreciate it. So, and I'm still working on getting some kind of, I've been rearranging things and packing. You can't see it, thank goodness. Oh, and there's my walker. So, whatever you can do to help, and it doesn't have to be financial. Like I said, subscribe, like, help, comment. Comments really help get my views out there. I did have one video do really well recently. Normally I get about 20 or 30 hits a day. I have by whopping 60 subscribers. And I had one on the Sun and Saturn going conjunct today. You go over 500, and I'm like, what's the secret? What's the special sauce? So, any insights? Anything you can do? And I know you guys are almost certainly struggling too. And by the way, when I say things about certain political figures, if that offends you, I want you to leave. I don't want you here. So I don't want to focus on politics, but I don't want people here like my older siblings, the fascist, hypocritical, so-called Christians they are. Not real Christians. There are some that walk the walk, but they are the hypocritical kind and judgmental and assholes. But no, I'm not bitter. Scorpio moon. Those of you familiar with astrology, that says it all. So anyway, please let me know something that resonates with you, what you want, and help a girl keep building. It's going to take time, which time is a hot commodity these days. Be nice, Saturn. So, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for the time you spent watching this video. Thanks again. Stop.